follow-up question about that. Tapping, I've never gotten. Never worked, like not, I don't feel it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you've never gotten it.
Yeah.
So you know, we can talk about that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about tapping. So at Myofascial STL Plus, I use a STAB protocol, shake, tap, and breathe, because it helps move the body out of fight or flight. And the more in fight or flight we are, the more you have fascial holding patterns. Those fascial holding patterns are generally what's leading to a lot of the pain and the dysfunction that are in the body. So I am trained in the EFT tapping, and that is all the different tapping points. But I've actually found a shortcut, and I call it rabbit hole tapping, because I've found as long as you're using one of the tapping areas, and as long as you're in that particular area and you're going down the rabbit hole, it works about 85% of the time. So what I do is have my clients put their hand right here under the collarbone, because under the collarbone, you're covering a lot of acupressure points. And you use your whole hand under the collarbone. Don't do this little tapping like that. You're wasting your time. Well, you're not wasting your time, but I always like to get things done like in as simple and most efficient as possible. So use your whole hand. Okay. I always tell people it's like you're burping a baby. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go down the rabbit hole. You don't have to try. It's really simple. Okay. We like to keep things very simple around here. And you're going to go down the rabbit hole with whatever thought you're already having. You're already having the thought. It's already in your head. So you're just going to go down the rabbit hole. Let's see, what thought do we want to go down the rabbit hole with? Let me think of one here. Right now I'm pretty good, but trying to think of maybe an old one that I used to have that, oh, you know what? Let's just, one I used to have a couple years ago is like, I'm bad with numbers. Okay. So I'm bad with numbers. Let's do that one. I'm bad with numbers. I'm really bad with numbers. Oh my God, I'm so bad with numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. I'm going to exaggerate it. Oh, I'm not just bad with numbers. I'm the worst person in the world with numbers. In fact, it's going to go viral. Michelle is the worst person in the world. She's like the most stupid person with numbers there is. Everyone in the whole world's going to know it. They're going to hang a banner up everywhere. And I feel it in my stomach. So you have to bring it back to the body. Okay, so that's one of my sayings. One of my sayings is always bring it back to the body. Okay, because you're trying to get it out of the body, but you have to bring it back to the body in order to get it out. Okay, so bring it back to the body. Feel it in my stomach, and then I'm going to rate it. It's about a 6. Oh, yep, I'm like the number one bad with numbers queen. I feel it in my stomach. It's a 6. Everyone knows I'm the worst. Oh, I feel it in my stomach. It's maybe about a 5. Oh man, everyone knows it. There's going to be a viral feed. I know it is. Everyone's looking at it. I know they are. They're laughing at me. They're laughing at me because it just takes me forever. And oh boy, I really feel it in my stomach now. It went up to a 7. It went up to a 7. I'm just going to keep going down that rabbit hole. I'm going to bring it back to where I feel it, how much I feel it, and I'm just going to keep exaggerating my thoughts. Keep exaggerating my thoughts. And if you do that rabbit hole tapping, it will just start taking it out. So I explain this rabbit hole tapping is a lot like magnets. So rabbit hole tapping, I have my magnets over here. So rabbit hole tapping, what you're doing, a lot of times I talk about the failure of positive thinking. I talk about that a lot, the failure of positive thinking, because, we're conditioned to always think positive. Oh, be positive. Yeah, I'm positive it's going to be a disaster. Always think positive. But guess what? Doesn't work, does it? You still got that thought right back here. right in the fight or flight system. No matter how much I think positive, man, I'm still not good with numbers. This was from years ago because it's right back here in that fight or flight brain. I just can't get it out of there. Okay. So I always call this the failure of positive thinking. No matter how much you think positive, there's still that voice in that fight or flight brain that's still telling you, you're just bad with numbers. It just keeps in there, stays in there. So this rabbit hole technique, you go into the ugly negative, you go into it big, because it's like a magnet. We want to take the negative thought out. So it's like magnets. So I have my magnets here, okay? So I have my green is my negative sides of my magnets, okay? So here's my magnets. I got my negative thought here, my negative thought here. And if I magnify that negative thought and I try to put those negative thoughts together, I try to make them bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually, they're just going to keep repelling each other. And no matter how hard I try, it's just going to give it up. The brain's just going to give it up because you can't stick two negative thoughts together. It doesn't work. We're going all the way back to you're an electrical being. You can't put two negative thoughts together. So if you already have the negative thought in there and you magnify the negative thoughts while you're doing the tapping and you keep bringing it back, and making it bigger and bigger, it's eventually going to spit it out. So that negative thought is going to spit the negative thought right out of your fight or flight brain. And then it's going to be gone. And eventually you're going to say, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. I was a stats tutor in college. How can I be bad with numbers if I was a statistics tutor in college? That doesn't make sense. Oh, wait, maybe I'm just a little slower with numbers, but I'm not bad with numbers. But my fight or flight brain told me I was bad with numbers, but maybe I'm just a little slow with numbers, but I'm good with numbers. So that's rabbit hole tapping. You're just going to tap right here, bring it back to your body and where you feel it, and magnify those negative thoughts. Do not tell yourself it's going to be good. Do not tell yourself it's going to be all right, because it isn't. You tell yourself how bad it is. You just let your brain go to town because it already is. It's already in there. Those negative thoughts are already in there. You're just acknowledging them. You're just acknowledging the way you're already thinking. And then by doing that, tapping here and bringing it back to the, oh, I feel it in my stomach, or I feel it in my big toe, or maybe you feel it in your ear, wherever you feel it, or maybe I don't feel it at all. That is actually valid, by the way. Feeling nothing is a valid feeling. So don't forget that. Okay? And I don't feel a thing. I don't feel a thing. I never feel a thing. That's valid, by the way. Okay? Just go down that rabbit hole tapping, and you'll just, one negative thought will just spit the other negative thought right out of that fight or flight brain. Rabbit hole tapping. So now you know a lot of secrets that are portable and free.